Hi, I'm Randy Reid, editor of the Edison Report, and I am here with Gary Meshberg, the Market Development Specialist, Building Control Systems for Legrand. He's also the chair of the LCA, and he is a member of the committee NYControlled. Gary, welcome.
Hi, Randy. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us, and I'm very excited about NYControlled this year because I attended last year, and I thought it was a brilliant show. So you're on the second show. Tell us a little bit about the initial reason last year to launch NYControlled.
Yeah, well, Randy, so the lighting industry has several trade shows, agent events, and conferences, and they cover a variety of lighting topics and products and solutions. So the spirit behind NYControlled is to provide a focused event where lighting designers, electrical designers, integrators, installers, and as well as electrical distributors could meet with several lighting control manufacturers and their subject matter experts, as well as their representatives and integrators to learn about control solutions available today without having to sort through the non-control manufacturers. So those rather, who are interested in lighting controls can experience a lot in a brief period, as well as attend educational seminars that are really dedicated to controls.
Well, I'll just give you one example of what you're saying. I think I know a lot about lighting, but I attended the show. I spent most of the day there, and I talked to the Dolly people for the first time ever. I really learned about Dolly. I thought I understood it, but by having a one-on-one conversation, I really learned it. So I think I think it's a wonderful venue. Now, what were the attendance numbers last year? And what are the goals for this year?
Right. So the show last year was a resounding success, drawing an impressive crowd of about 600 attendees. So this overwhelmingly shows and underscores the demand and eagerness for lighting control information and education. So with the efforts we're making for the 2024 show, early indicators have us expecting over 800 people this October.
Okay, wow. All right, so do you know what percent of control companies exhibited last year? And do you have a feel for what percent will exhibit? I mean, I couldn't really think of anybody that wasn't there. I'm sure there were some.
Okay, so exhibitor registration is going out as we speak. So I can't give you exact numbers, but what we can say is that exhibitors were overwhelmingly pleased with last year's return on their investment. It was hopping, as you know, you were there last year, and exhibitors had face-to-face engagement with a controls-focused audience. So additionally, we conducted a post-show survey. The feedback was really, really positive. And in recent conversations with manufacturers, my company as well, Legrand, and their manufacturer representatives, we expect the return of most companies this year, as well as companies that sat out last year as a wait and see if the first year's show was going to be a success.
Right, and there are always those companies that are going to do that. So
Right.
I do hope they learned by their mistake last year. Now, what changes are being made? Were there lessons learned last year?
Yeah, it's kind of to the point you mentioned earlier. We learned conciseness. People were interested in hands-on experiences with subject matter experts combined with an educational component. With many lighting controls next to one another, shoulder to shoulder, it really raises the caliber of engagement. Get to the product, get to the point, tell me why your solution is right for my application. So for the October 29th, 2024 New York Controlled show, we're expanding exhibitors. We're now including system integrators. We're expanding the educational approach with new and creative topics, but we're still remaining focused on that core deliverable and that attendee experience.
Okay, so it's at the Metropolitan Pavilion again this year. And do you have the same floor space?
We have a larger floor space. We're on the main floor this year. We're expanding. So we, towards the very end of the registration last year, we had many manufacturers coming in and say, hey, we want in. We're seeing the groundswell and the interest in the show. And we were jostling tables and the footprint around, and we simply put, we're swelling. We just ran out of space. So with the indication of most companies indicating they're going to come back again this year, with the ones that didn't show also already reaching out to us. We expanded, we moved to the ground floor, expanded the floor space, which gave us the opportunity to host more exhibitors and more people.
Although it's called NY-controlled, do you envision specifiers from other cities attending? You're going to get that I-95 corridor?
Absolutely. And they did. So last year, we had visitors not only from the greater metro area, we had people from Washington, D.C., from Philly, Connecticut, as well as New Jersey. So we do expect the same, if not more, this year.
Closing comments?
We look forward to seeing everybody again. Very focused. If you're interested in control, seeing what's new and what's hot topics, talking to the right people that can answer questions, all in one place in a very brief period of time. It's kind of that speed dating of controls, if you will, as well as take in some quality control focused seminars. From an educational component standpoint, come on out and see us. You won't be disappointed.
All right. So 29 October at the Metropolitan Pavilion in New York City, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., right?
Correct.
All right, very good. Gary, thank you for sitting down with me. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it.
All right.